Hi guys, and welcome to another video. And this video is going to be a training video, and it is going to be an internal search. Now, a lot of you have seen me do sort of external searches where we go out into the field and we try and find someone, and this is going to be an internal one. So the idea of this is that you obviously need to find the person in the building, do a bit of a standoff, and then my trainer will reward the dog for finding that person. So what we'll do now is I'll let you watch it on your own, and then once that's played through, then we'll come back and maybe I'll watch it and I'll talk you through maybe some of the stuff that I do. At the start of it, because it's quite dark, it's quite hard to see what I'm actually doing. But then afterwards, like I say, I'll talk you through what happened. I do make a little bit of a slip up, and I'll talk through that obviously when I watch it along with you. So as for now, what you can watch it on your own, and let's see what happens. Wait. Children, hand up! I know you're in there, show yourself! Children, hand up! Dog finds you, stand still! Won't be harmed! Okay, check. Children, hand up! Check! 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 Okay. Sit on handler. Check. Check. Sit on handler. Are you in here? Check. Sit on handler. Where is he? Show yourself! Shoot on handler, dog's fine to stand still, won't be harmed. Keep fine, where is he? Keep, check. Whoa! Shoot on handler, stand still, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Good boy. Go on then, Coop, good boy, well done. Fucking hell. Come bolting through that door. Yeah. Full voice. I love that full voice. Yeah. Yeah. I don't feel like I controlled coming through that door that great. That was a bit blazing through. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you see, he literally come in and just whipped straight round. Yeah. Well, he kind of went to that door, and then he bolted back, and then he went down that way, and then come back, and then I said check on that door, and he went bosh straight in. I was like, all right, he's in here then.
Yeah, that's good. The other thing I said before is you don't treat people
yeah.
You've got to stop on your own way.
Yeah.
So give him a chance.
Yeah.
All right?
I didn't know, to be honest with you, I didn't know that door led into here, otherwise I probably would have come through that one. Yeah. But if you know that door and that door lead to the same place, then that door will be the better one. Yes.
Okay, no problem with that.
Boy, Coop, what's on it? Hey, never fucking shuts up. Hey, watch him, Coop. Okay, enough. Coop. That's it, good lad. Good boy, well done. Okay, so I have got the video on my phone now. So what I'll do is I'll sort of split screen it so you'll see me watching the video, and what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to watch it at the same time as you're watching it, and just talk you through like some of the stuff that I was doing through there. So obviously this is us just coming through the sort of the training area. This is like the agility room, etc. At this time, the dog is on a slip chain because I haven't got to start in the internal control. So here you see me changing from the slip onto a flat collar, and you can see the dog's excited and obviously making quite vocal noises. So anyone that's in the building would hear shouting my challenges. Coops is a little bit overexcited at the time. So here I kind of stop because there's like a T-junction. Because it's like a T-junction, I kind of stop just to make sure the dog can check just either side of the door. And the important part of internal searches is not walking past the door, so you hear me say check on the door. So when I say check, I point towards it, the dog will go over, have a sniff, he'll let me know if someone's in there or not. Just making that. So again, checking another door, making sure I don't go past any doors without the dog checking it to make sure no one can walk behind me. So now you're going to see us coming more into the light. So just on the right side there you see the dog have a sniff, that's the ladies' toilets. So here I'm stopping on that junction so the dog's head can peer just around the corners. So if there's someone just the other side of there, the dog will let me know if someone's standing there, but obviously there's not. So again, walking up to this door, I just let the dog's head poke through that door, and then I say check. And this is where I mess up because he goes bowling through that door a little bit, and the dog's head disappears around that side of the wall. So if there was someone just the other side of that wall, he could have gone and had a bite there. So that was my mistake, is that I let the dog. Let me stop that there. That I let the dog disappear around a corner that I couldn't see, and obviously, like I say, if he was just the other side of that corner, then the dog could have got a bite whilst I was still coming through the door. So that was my mess up. That was because I wasn't expecting the dog to bowl in. You see a lot of it with the other doors. He sort of sniffed, and as you can see from there, that there is another door that leads into that training room. I didn't know that. If I knew the site a lot better, I would go through that second one because there's no hidden corner just by the door. I would use the second door where you walk straight into the room and everything is open to you. There's no little corners just to the side of you. So that was my mess up. And obviously the dog goes in, does a bit of a standoff, and then the trainer rewards the dog with the toy for the training session to be over. You obviously then see me is that once the dog sort of calmed down, so let's say that we've gone in and they've become compliant and they say, okay, right, I give up, like, march me out. If the dog can then be like around me, etc., but then that could change to a non-compliant. So in that, you see me, I turn around to Coop and say, Coop, watch him, and then he started barking again because I wanted the dog from realising that the person is compliant and the dog realising, okay, this person seems to be not being reactive towards us, to all of a sudden me saying, oh, actually, you need to watch him, and the dog going, oh, this guy's not okay. Oh, I thought, the dog's thinking, right, this guy's fine, and then I tell him, no, he's not fine, and then Coop goes, right, I better go back to doing a standoff, etc. And then I let the dog go and get the ball just to try and switch him off again. So that was kind of the internal search. So the important parts of that is at the start when I was coming through, you saw me stop at the sort of the T, just so the dog could just poke his head round just to make sure there was no one right on them corners. We then walked straight through, check the door right in front of me, make sure that there's no one going to be able to walk out that door and walk behind me. Walking down the corridors, you see me going check, 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 and the dog going up and the dog not reacting to that door, him wanting to come away and carry on. Now we got down to the end where you could see us in the light. You see the dog just check into the ladies' toilet. Dog said no, there's no one there because he walks in front of me. Then get to that T-junction, and that in the light, that's where you can see where I just stand back enough at full length that the dog head can just see past the corners. So he could see if there's someone down the right, he could see if there's someone down the left, and obviously the way in which you saw him go through the door, if there was someone standing down there, you would see that he would have a reaction towards that area. Therefore, I know that walking around that corner, there's going to be something there. There obviously wasn't. He goes up, sniffs the door that we eventually go through, but he turns away from that and goes down the right. Again, I just let him get his head the other side of that door. He turns around and says, come back, says no. We walk to that door, I say check, and his nose goes up, smells that the trespasser's in there, and obviously, my mistake, he bowls through and round the door. Again, I would go to the second door if I knew that better. I didn't realise that door went into the same room. I would go to that second door and then come in from there and let the dog see from there. So they're the main things, making sure that you, when you patrol, that you never walk past the door without checking it or making sure it's locked. And when you get to sort of corners, or when you get to sort of T-junctions, just allowing the dog's head just to be able to see around the corner to see if the dog reacts and fixates on an object in that area. And again, I should have had more control going into that situation. Even if I had to go through that door, I could have shortened the lead up and had the dog on a shorter lead. Therefore, when we went into that room, he couldn't have wrapped around the corner. That was my mistake, and that's something that obviously I've learned forwards. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below for loads more videos. If you've got anything to say about this video, I'm sure a lot of people will. I'm sure, like I say, I'll hold my hands up that I made a mistake in that, but I'm sure other people will have other comments on it. And as for now, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you again next week. Cheers for watching. See you later.